everybody, welcome to today's video. So today I am going to be sharing with you kind of a different type of video, and it's kind of like a how-to, but it's also more like some tips and tricks on how to use it, how to keep it clean, how to take care of it, stuff like that. So what we are going to be talking about today are beauty sponges. Both of mine are dirty because I used both of them today. And actually I have a clip of me applying the makeup that I have on today, which I will show in a second. But anyway, I'm just going to go through some tips for you guys on these sponges, how they kind of came about, how they really did change the game of makeup, and yeah, tips to take care of them. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. So this is the clip of me applying my makeup this morning, and you can just see how creamy and smooth and blendable everything is after I blended it out. I used the Neutrogena Hydro Boost hyaluronic acid hydrating tint foundation. I really have been enjoying this stuff, and I'm thinking of doing a foundation Friday on it. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that. A foundation Friday is basically just like a review of a foundation, kind of like the Flower Beauty one, except for I would post it on a Friday. Anyway, and then I also applied concealer with that, and I used the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, in the brightener shade. Really have been liking that as well. And then I went ahead and set it with a translucent powder, and I used the Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder. And then kind of just like as an extra step, that I don't really do this every day, but in case you wanted to do it and just to show another way how to use the blender, I took a powder foundation and I used NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat, and I just dipped my dryer, almost completely dry sponge, into it, and I just applied it directly under my eyes, and this just gave the most flawless set to my eyes, and just gave me so much coverage. I could honestly just do that and not really need to put on concealer, and that's kind of what I did on my trip. Let's go ahead and roll the clip. So as for tips to take care of your sponges, I would recommend peppermint oil. This will help keep bugs away and bacteria, because they really don't like peppermint. Also keeping bugs off your face, so now you are bug free. And then, yeah, so I just kind of do that to all my sponges. And right now I am trying out 2 different sponges, and so like I don't always use them every single day. So sometimes they're sitting in a drawer, and you just have to be really careful of how you take care of them. especially when they're just sitting there and not really being used. Now, this is an example of a sponge that I did not take care of. This was the Flower Beauty sponge, and this sponge was absolutely amazing. This was actually the first sponge that I ever purchased from the drugstore, but look at how much bacteria growth is on there. That is disgusting. And the reason why it has this dent in it is because it's been sitting in my drawer for 3 weeks, and I feel like that's when most of the bacteria growth began. So this is going in the trash. This thing is so dead. But I just, this sponge, while it lasted, it was good, and it lasted for quite a long time. However, it's just old and it's gross and it's time to throw away. Okay, so the 2 sponges that I can definitely recommend for you guys are the L'Oreal Infallible Makeup Sponge, and I've heard that their concealer sponge is absolutely fantastic. I really, really want to try that because it's like the perfect size for it. And then also the Real Techniques I've really been enjoying. This is what I demoed with in applying the foundation and the concealer, and then I kind of use this for the dry product underneath my eyes. Now, as far as cleansing it like on a daily basis, you could really use any natural soap that you want to. You don't have to use a specific brush cleanser. Glycerin soaps are the best to use. Irish Spring is a really good option. Johnson's baby soap, that's amazing because it's super for sensitive skin for babies, so really they're not going to put bad things in that. Also, you should really deep clean your sponges at least every 2 weeks. You should probably do it a little bit more than that, but 2 weeks I feel like is a good number because it's right in, like, it's half of the month, and you're getting everything clean again and stuff like that. So I think that that's kind of like very good in between set time to deep clean your sponges. And what I mean by that is deep cleaning, take a microwavable cup or mug, or like, you know, those measuring cups, fill it with hot water and put your sponge in it, put your soap in it. So you probably won't be able to use a bar of soap for this. You might want something like the Johnson's baby soap, and you can just pour that into it and put it in the microwave for, I think it's like a minute, 30 seconds. I can't remember. I'll put it up here on the screen. And that just gets rid of every last bit of makeup from the inside out, and it brings it from the inside out. So if I was just going to wash this sponge in my sink, would it clean the surface area? Yes, but you would still see some of that foundation sinking into there because it just doesn't deep clean enough. So if you really, really, really want to get absolutely everything out of your sponge, I would recommend that method. And it doesn't damage your sponge or anything like that. You can use your sponge wet and dry. It works well both wet and dry. And you don't want your sponge so soaking wet. I made this mistake whenever I was a beginner. I soaked my sponge and I didn't wring it out. And I was like, how come I don't have any product applying to my face? Because you're not letting any product apply to your face. You want to just make the sponge damp. Sometimes I'll let the sponge dry out for a couple minutes before I actually use it, so it's very, very damp, not wet. Dry sponges or very, very slightly damp sponges, for example this one, work so well for applying powder underneath the eye. The way how this blender is such an innovative product is because beforehand we all kind of used those dollar makeup sponges, and you guys all know what I'm talking about, the wedges. Do I have one on hand? I do have one on hand. Hang on, I need to get this out for you guys. Like, you know those dollar makeup wedges? Yeah, these aren't soft and these aren't squishy, and they have like a firmness to them to where they can't soak up excess product. However, these sponges, they are squishy, they are soft, they are large, they cover surface area. All of that is game changing. The sponge, what is so unique about it is it will lay down your makeup flawlessly. It actually pushes your makeup into your skin, and not many brushes can do that. What you do with a brush is you just kind of take it and then you have to swirl it around. You're not putting it into the skin. And the most powerful thing about the sponges is you're putting it into the skin with water. And the water soaks up excess cakey product. So it's like applying your makeup for you. It's awesome, so easy, and I highly recommend these two from the drugstore and Flower Beauties as well. It looks gross, but it's really a really pretty lavender color, in case you guys were wondering. That is everything I have for you guys today, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I really hope that you found it helpful, and I really think that this will be helpful for a wide range of ages, because my mom, who is 40, she loves applying makeup, she loves looking nice, and she really cares about that stuff. So whenever I got into makeup, and then I was like, I knew about all of these weird tools and stuff, and she's like, whoa, what's that? Because for the longest time, I can remember her applying her makeup with these wedges, but since then, she has graduated, and that's just really cool for me to see, because, you know, like, I helped her get into that, and it just, I mean, like, her makeup always looked beautiful, but now it looks even more beautiful. So, like, if you're older and, like, makeup just isn't done the same back, like, as it was back then. So, I hope that this is helpful for a wide range of ages, including beginners. And I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.